Welcome to the next installment of the Dismount Podcast, and today we are discussing episode 56, Deadlines. My dog ate my homework only works once?
Nope. All the time.
Does it work more than once for you?
Yep.
Wow, he was an absolute whiz kid then.
I had multiple dogs.
I had multiple
Blamed
dogs.
the neighborhood dog. Blamed everyone's dog.
It was the dog that chases us when we go to the bus stop.
Hey,
It was
Tony,
Kojo.
This was a different dog. This was a teacher. Dog again. This was a different one.
Different dog. You wouldn't believe it.
This was the other stray dog in the
I
neighborhood.
was walking into the classroom, and the dog came right down the hallway. I had it right in my hand, ripped it right out.
All right, y'all. So this podcast is a don't trust us, trust yourself type of podcast. We put together 6 questions. Each of us goes and we journal on those, and then we come together and we talk about each of those questions. So today's, we're talking about deadlines. And this is all about trying to set deadlines, but also what is the true significance behind how much a deadline can actually shape your life, shape your existence. So let's rail right off into question number 1. I love saying rail right off into question number 1. How do deadlines affect your creativity? Do they motivate you or make you freeze up? How do you feel about deadlines, Dave?
Yeah, I'm a professional level procrastinator. Honestly, this episode is a perfect example of this. I journaled on everything yesterday.
I love it.
I said, we got to record an episode tomorrow. It's the holiday season. Yeah. Took a look down and said, got to do my notes. So that is a very true reflection of how I approach deadlines. For me, typically when I have a deadline set, I figure out when that day is. I figure out how long it's going to take me. And then I set the date far out enough to say that's when I'm going to start. Okay, this is going to take me 4 days. What's 4 days away from the deadline? That's when I'll start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. I still do it. It goes all the way back to school. I think about school and papers when we worked all together at the warehouse and all that stuff. And I was just always busy, right? Like, and we'll talk about being busy here down the line in this episode. But that was the thing. It's like I have so much quote unquote going on that I don't have time for this right now. I'm just going to, put this in the filing cabinet for, okay, this is a next month, the week of problem type situation. And that unfortunately doesn't benefit you at all. And it's not because like I'm lazy. It's because, and getting into it, it's because I don't think I trust myself to do well without pressure. I think I continued this line of getting things done and that pressure building and then realizing I do pretty well under pressure. So some of my best papers in school, for instance, when I was in college, wrote them under pressure, killed it. If I have a deadline at work or whatever, or through here or getting the notes done, went down, zoned right in. Someone's coming over my house I haven't cleaned, and it's like, oh my God, someone's coming over today. I'm cleaning the shit out of that house. It's going to be done perfectly. But the issue is when I don't have something like a external accountability coming, then it's hard for me to kind of get rolling on that side. So I think what I've learned is I am an efficient procrastinator.
I like that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I just think that like it does make it, I don't know. I have a hard time trying to figure out where I want to approach a deadline in the sense of like nowadays, where in the past it's like, well, okay, cool. I do well under pressure. So it's okay if I have to wait because I know I'll get it done properly. But am I handicapping myself in some type of other component of this? Could I have done better if I've given myself more time? And the answer is probably yes.
Yeah.
Maybe more in depth, maybe approach things in a more creative way. And it's more of like trying to take that external accountability approach where I'm like, if I have something at work and it's like, I need this done by Thursday, then I'm getting it done. Like, I don't want to have to answer to somebody else, or if I have teammates waiting on something, put them in a bad position. Like, I will show up for other people. And this is across the board in other areas we've talked about. I love showing up for other people more than I love showing up for myself. And that's an issue. So I think moving forward to be able to kind of channel that energy into not so much like I feel like I am productive when it goes into like work or furthering my career, or if I'm showing up for other people and building those relationships. But as far as like the leveling up type situation, like for me, like fitness or learning or growing or whatever it might be, those are the things where I need to start channeling that energy I have when it's an external motivation as opposed to where I am internally. Because I feel like the internal motivation is just like, well, I'll get around to it.
So you're working on balancing those.
Yeah. And it's just, I realize no one's ever going to force me to do the stuff. Like, if I want to learn an instrument, who am I holding accountable to that outside of me? Nobody. No one's waiting for me to learn an instrument. If I want to read a book, no one's going, oh, hey, Dirk, did you read your chapter today? Like, I'm in 6th grade.
Yeah.
No one's doing that for me. So I think trying to put in self-imposed deadlines, and it's a little bit of structure too. I think, like, with me, just like it's hard to keep track of goals or where you've been in the past without really writing it down or reflecting, I also need to kind of then also approach it in the manner of, okay, where am I going now? What do I need to do to get to that place, and actually like planning those types of things out. So I've learned that the more I plan out, the better off I am. So trying to channel that energy a little bit more, I think, is important to get the most out of me.
I think about we're getting older. And as you get older, it's, at least in my personal experience, I think about what you're talking about, that external accountability. Think about, and the reason why I bring this up is I have a new member in my family now. Through my sister marrying, I have a new, well, they're not technically connected to me at all, but my sister's new husband has a cousin who is like a generational talent when it comes down to ballet, and he's a man. So he came to a conflict this year of he wasn't going to be able to do things because of the wedding, and he was going to have to get kicked out, or he had to pick the Nutcracker or the wedding this year.
Oh, geez.
And he picked the wedding. The lady was so adamant on trying to, she wanted to try to push him and whatnot. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is I think about when we were younger, right now, there's no one coming up to us and saying, Jeff, I know you are a generational talent when it comes down to, nursing. I am going to do everything in my power I'm here to serve you, to make you that version. You got someone coming along saying, D, I know you are a generational talent when it comes down to your ability to bring people together, your community building skills. So I'm going to do everything I can to build this podcast for you to build this amazing community.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
No,
there's no way.
Unless you put the
It's
work in.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put the work in.
It's all on you.
It's
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I was going is we don't have those people coming and telling you, I'm going to be here to support you, to build you into that version, when you might have been young and been like, fuck, I don't even know if I want to be that.
Yeah, and I think it's just about turning it healthy too. And we'll get into this a little bit more, but I feel like the external accountability, like the question being like, how do you channel that energy you have when it's external accountability, where I'm like, I got to get this done, because unfortunately on that side, it feels like it gets done and it's done properly, but it comes from like shame or guilt. Like, what if I don't get this done? Like, I'm going to feel horrible if I don't do this. I got to show up for these other people. But why don't I feel the same way for me?
Why don't I feel pride to go do all those types of
Right.
things?
It should be, I should feel pride. I should feel like this is an opportunity for me. It should be empowering. I can show what I'm capable of in this situation, not only for other people, but most importantly for me.
Yeah, and I
not so
think-
much like I'm guilted into doing this.
That's going to be all on us. That's going to be all on us to be able to make that mental connection. I believe it's not going to come from anything that's going to show you like, now make that Neuralink connect. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And for me, I think about deadlines. They definitely affect my creativity. I will be blunt. I'm looking at this painting right now as a perfect example. That painting has been on that wall for 4 years now and has not been finished. And I will constantly tinker with that thing and not get something done for years because I will want it to be the perfect for me. And it's not about a perfectionism of I need this to be absolutely the best it can be. I'm going to constantly keep going after it. I'm going to constantly keep integrating it and changing it and advancing it. That's not the case. I am that type of person who I can get to a place, I'm comfortable with it, I can finish a painting, I'm happy with it, it's done, I've moved on. Perfect example over there. Moved on, got it done. There's an emotional tie to this one. And that's changing the aspect of where deadlines play into for me. And that's where the motivate or make me freeze up. Deadlines, I was you, man. 8 weeks to do a project for school. I'm doing it the Sunday before it's due on Monday.
Right.
100%.
But what are you doing in that time leading up to it?
Oh,
like the 7.5 weeks leading up to it.
Every
Are you
single
dicking around?
Whatever
every
the hell you
single
wanna do.
opportunity we got to go to the library, I was doing something different at the library
Yes,
than
yeah.
researching
Right,
that.
right.
Because I wanted that. And I look back now and I think about, I just wanted my time, man. I'm sitting there at school and I'm like, oh, they gave me a little bit of freedom right now. I can either do this or this. I get a choice right now. I can piss around on this computer or I can actually do my project,
Yeah.
which is what I'm supposed to be
Just
responsible.
because you're a highly functional procrastinator does not make it right.
Yes.
But is it procrastination or is it you being confident in your ability? Like, you know what I mean? You just get
Yeah.
so confident in your ability. It's like, you know what? I did that before. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what? If I really want to, fuck it. I'll wait till the last week. I know I can get it done in 4 days. I don't need 10 days. I can get it done in 4. You know that.
Yeah.
So you build that space. And now you do what the fuck you want to do because you know I got 4 days to really lock in if I have to.
Yeah, it does beg the question, if I were to do it immediately, if an 8-week project and I do it in the
yeah.
first week, how many times over the next 7 weeks am I really going to go back and like, I want to tinker with that? The answer is probably none. I'm like, I'm done.
That's
Moving
where
on.
that's
back
where
to
I'm
dicking
thinking.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's whether I get it done instantly or I get it done at the end, I'm going to have that same
Yeah.
timeline of whether it's accomplished here and then just piss around or piss around and accomplished here.
Kind of. That's my life.
You get used to it. You build
Yeah.
a system. You know it. It works.
How about yourself, sir? Does creativity?
Honestly, my man here, I love it. Yeah, like I share that sentiment. Like pressure bust pipes. Like you heard the saying. Like I'm in that same boat, dude. Like I get something, I'm up against it. I do my best work. I get 10 times creative. Like I'll tell you, like for school right now, dude. Like they give you have to set deadlines. Like so, it's like an online class. You get to set your deadlines. Like you go into the class and they're like, okay, I'd set my goals for one paper a week. That's a good goal.
Yeah.
Do I ever do that? Hell no. You know why? Because I set the deadline. If these teachers went in there and set these deadlines, I would be Johnny on the spot with it. I would fucking have everything done, tightened up.
Yeah.
And like just like he said, like I try to go, okay, I got until March to finish this class. Like I'm gonna try to get this shit done in 1 month. I don't do that. I need the pressure to perform. And it like I was just saying, it's me just being confident over the years in my ability.
Yeah.
Like it sounds crazy as hell to like procrastinate, but like if you learn how to use it as a skill, you know what I mean? You can kind of be productive out of being a procrastinator. And that sounds crazy as hell, but like I
Yeah.
do it all the time. Like my wife, I drive her crazy, dude. Like my paper, like this one semester I was up against it. I had this paper that was due. Class was done. I had to have it done, and I had like 4 days. Now, mind you, these classes, it takes 2 days for these teachers to grade the papers. So I'm like up against it. I have to get it done. Dude, I did a whole 20 slide deck, speaker notes, all of it in fucking 1 weekend. I procrastinated for 2 months to do that, bro. I did that shit in a weekend, if that.
Been there, done that.
And it's like, what are you doing? But like, I noticed I got an A on that. Like the projects that I do that I take my time and try to put thought in, and I'm going to take my time. I'm going to let this get a 90, 85, fucking up against it, dude. I just do my best work. Like I feel like I need pressure to perform. I don't know where that comes from, but maybe it's just my ability, or maybe I just taught myself how to perform that way.
Pressure makes diamonds.
I like to think so. I mean, I'm doing, I've made it this far in my life, and I've never changed, dude. I've
shitting
always
diamonds
been like
yet?
This. Yeah. But it's I don't get my whole thought, bro. But, it's
I'm going to need a sample.
yeah.
Mother goose over here.
Yeah, but that's really it though. Honestly, like it's for me, it's like I'm much more creative. Like him. Like if I was like I, you do my journaling like a couple days. I try to give myself a couple days because I do like to sit with my thoughts on paper before I look at them again. It's like sometimes it's not possible. You know what I mean? You just got to go with what the hell's up here, and like sometimes that's what you can trust. And like as far as like deadlines, like I just trust myself to do what I've always done. And if that's procrastinate until the fucking 0 hour, then that's what I'll do, and I'll always come out on top. And until I get bit, that's the thing. Till you get bit, that's when it's gonna change. You get fucking bit, and it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
You get that F.
well, you get bit, and then you learn.
That project absolutely tanks.
Yeah.
Yep.
So deadlines for me are really interesting because they force me to release the endless creativity that is constantly pouring from my brain. Because when I put a deadline for myself, now it's I got to get this accomplished. I got to get this done in this time frame. And it's definitely a help because otherwise I have to use deadlines to my advantage going forward so that I can create and actually release more rather than sit on things. And we were just talking about the person who acts on that over all the people who had the thought. And I like to think that all of the universe is connected to itself. So everything in some way, shape, or form is connected back to if I have a thought and D's in my, inner circle, that thought might bounce over to him. If I don't act on it, the universes might be trying to get him to act on it.
Right. We just talked about this beforehand. Like if you're an antenna and a frequency hits you and you choose to do nothing with it, it's just going to go away. And if you don't set a deadline for like, oh, I should go look into this, like that's a great idea. It just, for me, I've had so many ideas. We just mentioned those guys who invented that the game we were talking about. Yeah. They took advantage of something when they thought of it, and now they build a business over it. You're like, oh, I thought of this, and now 2 years later, I see it's a thing. It's because, no offense to you, but you didn't set a deadline to go like, hey, I'm gonna 100%. Go and actually look into this. Yeah. I just it's a thought, and now it's gone, and I forgot about it until I brought it up 2 years later.
Yeah, I for myself personally, I'm trying to now create all these videos. One of my goals was I wanted to release a video a day for 2026. I have not done that so far yet, but I have 4 locked up that I might release all 4 today just to catch back up on day number 4 of 2026. But I want to create these videos of just things that have popped up into my head or things that I've learned about, and just kind of, I want to come from a place of empowerment and not fear mongering. And so I'm trying to do things in a completely different way. And when I have these sparks of, I'll record. I have so many videos on my phone right now of just me because I have this nice little holder now in the car where I'll just turn the phone on record and I'll just start fucking spitting for the entire way home. And I just have all these kick-ass ideas of like, oh my gosh, this would have done so much benefit for me if I'd have known this at 26. Holy shit. This thought that just came in my head, if I'd have been 22 and known this would have changed my life. So I want to share those. And I'm trying to find the way of actually now locking in those deadlines to not say, oh, Zach, this great idea just came into your head. You just recorded it. So now let's just leave it on your phone for the rest of fucking existence.
Just do it. You got to do it. You just got to fucking lock in and get her done.
So can you remember a time, and this is where Jeff was hinting at us heading towards, can you remember a time when missing a deadline taught you something important about yourself, your limits, your patterns, or your priorities? So, you were hinting at this one. Yeah. Take it away.
So I'll give you a perfect example. This shit just happened to me recently. Like I said, I've always operated that way. And at work. So this lady, she was my supervisor at the time. She was getting ready to like transition. Like the company was making a big change at the top, getting new management. They want that. I'm that young blood they want. You know what I mean? I'm in there. I'm doing whatever I need to do. Give me tasks. I'm getting her done. I'm down for whatever. I'm the new movement around here. I'm cool with it. They're like, yeah, we need to get this guy escalated. Let's, So my boss at the time, like, she's giving me hints, dude. She's like telling me, hey, Jeff, if there's a class you can take within DaVita that you can do this, you can do that. Like the company I work for, they'll basically pay for you to become a manager, dude. Like you don't even need school to do this. Like it's in the company. Jeff, here's this classes you have to take. Here's this, here's that. She's probably going to be leaving here in the next 6 months. So like, if you time this right, what do I do? You know what I did. I operated like I always do. Oh, I'm cool. I'll wait till the last minute. Them classes only take really like a month. You don't need that time to do that. I'll bang them out real quick. I log into the classes and shit. I'm like, oh shit. You gotta have, there's schedules on here and shit. Like, there's actual classes you gotta sign up for. There's travel dates. There's all kind of shit in here. I'm like, oh, so what happens? Yeah. I didn't do any of the shit I was supposed to do. Didn't do nothing. What happens? The girl leaves. They come straight to me, straight up ask me, hey Jeff, she's gone. You want it? Not do you want to interview? Not do you want the job? It's yours. You want it? And I'm like, And then she goes, did you take care of all those? Like, man, she's not checking up on me. She's trusting me to handle my business.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't check up on me. So, yeah, I got burnt bad. She's like, did you do what you need? I'm like, you know what? No, I did. She's like, her eyes just like, really? Like, dude, I fucking laid this out on a silver platter for you.
Yeah.
Gave you deadlines, everything that you needed to do. Had I just followed the course, dude, I would be sitting nice right now.
Yeah.
But what am I doing right now? Playing catch up.
That's tough.
I'm getting my education right now. I'm in school. I mean, that's a good thing. But these things could have already been in place had I just followed the deadlines. And for me, that's it. Now I'm in that state of mind where it's like, now, dude, like, focus on what you need to. Like we just talked about, go get it. Like, nobody's going to give it to you. You got to want it and go get it. And if there's deadlines or there's things in place, treat it with seriousness. Like, don't bullshit it off and do things the way you've always done it. Get uncomfortable. You know, get out of that zone where, oh, this always works for me. Maybe that shit don't work for everything. You know, maybe sometimes you need to lock in and follow a deadline and stick to it when other times you don't have to. You know, so it's taught me a lot, dude. Like, honestly, like, you got to be aware of what the hell is going on. And sometimes deadlines ain't fucking imaginary.
Yeah. Like, I actually regularly miss deadlines on a daily basis. I've been trying to build out, and I was just telling you guys before we recorded, I got three binders that I'm working in right now. I got a dismount binder, I got my Scooby Ruby Media binder, and my life binder. And in my life binder, I'm building out like a checklist, sort of, pseudo. It is not this is where I'm going. I don't have to accomplish everything on the checklist for that day to feel accomplished. That was the hardest piece of the puzzle for me. That's why I'm putting it out there. That was the hardest piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
The easy piece of the puzzle was, oh, I can do this. I'll throw all this shit on there. I'm going to do all this shit for dismount tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you're like, holy hell, I only got 17 hours. I got to take the dog for a while. I got to take care of myself. Holy shit, all this shit comes up. And you don't get nearly half of what you put on that list done. And for me, that shit was flooring me for a little while. And it was really, I felt like I couldn't do what I want to do in life because I wasn't being successful at accomplishing my entire daily checklist. And that's where I finally had to build that happy relationship with deadlines of saying, I don't have to accomplish everything on this list, but this is what I would love to accomplish. And that has changed my mindset on how I view this type of stuff. Because for me, dude, it was, what the hell are you doing with yourself? Because everything was just crushing. My limits were being crushed. My patterns were all off. My priorities were screwed. Yeah. I mean, how about yourself, D?
Yeah, I think it's maybe not so much the limits, but patterns and priorities. I thought back of trying to pay parking tickets. There's a deadline to paying parking tickets. The deadline is when they decide to put a boot on your car. Oh. Had that happen. And that someone doesn't tell you they're putting hey, 9 a.m. Hey, Derek, just say no, come by and put a boot on your car. Like, no, you just get a boot on your car. That happens.
Surprise.
Yeah, surprise. Happy birthday. Hope you didn't have plans today because now you have a boot on your car. Going to Ireland. I waited my whole life to go on a trip with my family to Ireland, had everything planned, paid for, ready to go, 6 weeks out. I'm like, all right, it was right after the holidays, going in February. Like, all right, dude, ready to roll. My dad's like, all right, you got everything, got tickets. Yep, we got the place we're staying, cool. You got your passport. What do you mean passport? What's that? What's a passport? I got a passport. I got it when I was 18 years old. It's still good, right? No.
No.
Not good. Got to get that renewed. Oh, how long does it take to get renewed? Yeah, 8 weeks. Oh, okay. Oh, great. Got to leave my entire trip I have paid for up to the U.S. government. This will be great. So thankfully got it done. But I guess between the boot in the car, me almost not going on a trip, I literally got my passport the week before. Learning on the pattern side, like the longer you wait, on deadlines, it feels like the worse the consequence becomes.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So like in life with like a situation like that, I got a place where I worked as a 1099 contractor once. I didn't pay my taxes. I didn't know what that meant. I could pay my taxes. I barely made enough money to live. I got to pay some back now at the end of the year. I'm used to getting some money, you know?
Yeah.
So like that type of situation's tough, man. And you know, like again, the consequences become tougher. I mean, it comes all the way down to using the bathroom. If I wait too long to use the bathroom, bro, what's the consequence?
Oh, yeah.
You're going home, bro, with no underwear on. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where I think that it's like the real issue is like I do have a problem avoiding things that I don't have interest in, but I also have a problem avoiding things I do have interest in. So what's the real problem?
Yeah.
I would ask myself. And I guess I just felt like most of the deadlines that I ran into weren't like hard to accomplish. They were just easy to avoid, I guess. If that does that make sense? Like I was like, oh, a parking ticket? Like I don't have to go. If I go into work every day and I owe my coworker $20, I sit next to him every day, I'm gonna have to hear about it every day. If I have a parking ticket I'm paying for, they're not bugging me every day. They're just gonna decide to boot my car. So the consequences are real in that situation where like if you're not holding yourself accountable to prioritize the things that are most important in your life, whether they are the most monotonous bullshit or not, you know, whether it could be something as small as a parking ticket to prioritizing time with your family or getting your fitness and your life in check and in order. And those types of situations, I think, you know, while I'm not realizing catastrophic consequences for the deadlines that I've missed, I am realizing that like, while they're not short-term consequences that are catastrophic, the long-term effect is something that I'm becoming more aware of not doing the things I think that would benefit me on a personal level. And realizing that if I, like right now, I hit my 30s, if I don't start like daily fitness and eating in a manner that benefits me in those types of situations, well, the consequences become worse because the older you get, the harder it is to dig yourself out of that hole. And I'm becoming a little more aware of that.
That's where, for me, these sheets are starting to show me my priorities.
Yeah.
Because when I put 30 things onto the list for the day, and then I only get accomplished, say, 10 or 15 of those things, I look back and I can go, oh, these were the things that were more of a priority to me. I put those kind of things on the back burner. Now, let me do a little bit more deeper dive into this. Am I putting those things on the back burner for good reasons, or am I putting those things on the back burner? Are they not actually something that I want a part of me, or am I hiding myself from my true self?
Yeah.
Am I holding myself back? Am I creating a limit to myself?
Is there a self-sabotage element to this?
Yes, and that's where that's exactly what I'm trying to say. So right now, missing a deadline for me is actually sharpening my priorities and sharpening. Every day I'm getting a little bit more fine-tuned because I want these this habit tracker that I'm building. I want these habits to just become a part of me. I don't want to be doing this damn habit tracker for the rest of my damn life.
Yeah.
But I don't have enough time in my day because I just recently added onto the side of my daily sheet like a time breakdown of just every hour throughout the day, every half hour. And I try to do just a rough outline of what my day is going to look like tomorrow. And when I look at that and go, oh shit, I have nothing on my plate tomorrow, that gives me the opportunity. Tomorrow, I'm pushing the dial a little bit farther.
Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow, I got some real shit on my plate for work. Dude, tomorrow is not a day to push the limits. Tomorrow is a day where we just need to make sure we maintain. Yeah. And so now I can start to fine tune those days of looking forward of what are the things that are coming in my life? What do I want to be doing? And who do I want to be? Dude, I don't have enough time right now to accomplish all the things that I want in my life.
Yeah.
But I can tell you this, I'm not going to stop doing these right now or trying to stop making them a priority, because when I finally get to remove that 10-hour time block of Chizbros on my daily Monday through Friday, that 10 hours back is going to be so much time that I have to do these things where I can finally slow down and then be more of a relaxing mentality of not, I got to power through this workout, I got to get this done, versus, I feel like I could do a little bit more today. Why don't we work out for another half hour?
Yeah.
Versus, oh, Jesus Christ, how am I even going to make it this half-hour workout? Dude, I'm freaking exhausted. How the hell am I going to do this?
Like, it's like anything. It's the eating the frog setup for me. Like if I don't get the shit that I don't want to do but is necessary to be done out of the way first, then I'm never going to do the things that I want to do and level up myself in that manner. Like if I'm at work and I get an email from someone I know I have to answer, but I don't want to because it annoys the ever-living fuck out of me, chances are past Derek is not going to answer that email. I'll get around to it. And then I'm not, and the consequences become worse because they become annoyed with me, and then they have to double email me and check in again, and then I get even more pissed off, and then the situation is taken care of properly, and then it's in the back of my mind, and then I'm not doing the other things I want to do because I know that's still on my plate. So instead of me saying, now I got this little pocket, I did all that bullshit I didn't want to do, it's done. Now I get to go do this thing that I usually don't have time for. And that's the other part, is like the time thing. I am the king of saying I'm too busy. Am I too busy? Or is that just the built-in excuse of I don't want to do it, and I'm going to justify it by saying, well, I got this and this and I did that. Well, and then what did you do after you did that? Because your phone said you were on it 6.5 hours a day last week, you know, or some shit like that.
Report you get?
Yeah, that report you get tells you, oh, you were on, your screen time was 6. You're like, oh, well, I was
Full of shit.
was using the calculator. You know, like, no, you weren't.
Emails.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
You know, you weren't. You definitely weren't doing that. So for me, it is about being able to eat the frog, do those things that I want to do. Because like, if I have to clean the house or do laundry or get a workout in, if those things are in the back of my mind and I don't go and do them, I'm definitely not prioritizing things that are going to channel a creative outlet or do things that I like are the I wish I had time for type setup. I'm not going to get those done for sure, especially if I have those other things that I don't want to do not accomplish either. It's not like I'm prioritizing my interest and passions over the life bullshit. It's that I'm not doing the life bullshit, so I never feel like I have time for this either.
Yeah, my example on my list was if I put something on my list like contact Nama tomorrow to my juicer that I have, I need to get a new piece for it. I got to do a warranty claim. If that's on my list and I didn't accomplish it, and I look back and I go, oh, dude, that was such a simple thing. And it's, which way do I look at it?
Yeah.
That was such a simple thing, you dumb bastard. Why didn't you do that? Versus, oh, that was such a simple thing. I easily looked over that. Screw it. It doesn't change my life today. That'll be tomorrow. Versus I'm the dumb jackass and I start shaming myself.
You know, is the funny one? There was we moved into our house last year and we didn't kick the heat on a couple months. And once we did, there was this dude. You could hear from the basement. Every time we kicked the heat on, and it was constant. And I'm like, we'd sit downstairs, had the TV on, you could always hear it. Dude, 1 month passes, 2 months pass. I'm like, oh, whatever, it'll fix itself. It'll fix itself. It never fixed itself. It's the filter. Do you know, once I finally got around to asking my landlord about it, he goes, oh, it's just a filter. Here's a new one. Pull it out, throw this one in. Gone. Dude, 2-3 months of me listening to that noise, and it was a 30-second text message, open my front door, grab the filter, and swap it out. And I go, what the fuck were you doing? What were you too busy doing that you couldn't have just sent this message? And like, unfortunately, like, you can shame yourself into doing something, but the shame you feel for not doing something is a lot worse.
Yeah.
You know,
it was that simple too. It was,
and
like
it was
that
so
simple.
it's always
That's
so
what
damn
beat you
simple,
up,
bro.
yeah.
It's like, okay, just like when I was younger. Oh, I'll get an oil change. Well, you keep telling yourself you're getting an oil change. What happens when your engine goes?
Yeah, until you
It's
hear
the
that.
consequences, man. It's
That's
the
today
consequences.
for me.
Continue to level up, man. Go get your
hear
fucking oil change.
That's
You know the
today for me.
Subarus, bro. I blew 2 Subaru engines.
I got to do an oil change on both cars today,
Yeah,
dude.
you
And
do
I've
it.
been
Do
You
it
gotta-
today.
You got to be in rare company.
Well, here's the thing. To be fair, this
Them
is
is
not
badass
podcast talk.
cars.
This is not podcast talk. It was my fault one time because I had a little oil leak. The second time, the guy put oil in after he replaced my engine and didn't cap it on the bottom properly.
yeah.
And within a week, I blew it again. They end up paying for the second one, obviously. But
Oh well, that you really only one in. That's one.
it's something.
That's
It's something that would only happen to me. I
Yeah,
take
you good.
responsibility
You
for
good.
both.
You cleaned that up real good. We can move on, bro. You cleaned it up good. You only got one on your jacket. That's
Yeah,
cool,
right,
bro.
right, right.
Not 2 Subi engines, bro. You got to be in
No.
rare company.
Right. That always sits in the back of my head now. And I'll tell you this. the second I check it doesn't matter. I know that, okay, 3,000 miles, you could probably go 35. You could probably go 4 in a car nowadays. But I'm always checking the oil level. I'm always taking it in right at the 3,000 mark. I am never, right. You learned your lesson.
Yeah. They tell you can do 6,000. No, don't ever do 6,000. Do 3,000.
Yeah, do 3,000 and save your damn car some work.
So, question number 3. Moving on from what you were just talking about. Do you think our culture glorifies busyness and deadlines too much? And how has that shaped the way you measure success or productivity? And for me, I want to take this one first, man, because I got an interesting look at this. I think our society glorifies busyness over everything, unfortunately. But I don't even know if deadlines are a thing anymore. And the reason why I say that is because I feel that we have gotten to a place where people want instant gratification. Yeah. We've gotten to a place where it's no longer the I come to you and say, hey, I want this. Okay, give me a week. I'll get it back to you. No, it's, hey, I want this. Hey, I want this. But are you not going to start that right now? What? Why didn't you start yet?
Right.
But I'm looking for it.
Right.
What the fuck? Like, there is no, I just don't, please show me the person in Target who is going to be okay. Say, I'm so sorry, ma'am. We don't have that right now. You're going to have to wait a week to get that.
A week? Bro, I got Amazon Prime nowadays, 2-day shipping. You mean I have to wait 2 days?
Yeah.
I don't have 2 days. I need it now.
And that's kind of where I was going is for me, I believe that busyness is what is so glorified, but I don't even know if deadlines are a thing anymore. What about you boys?
Yeah, I love that. I mean, truthfully, I am someone who's always been busy. Again, I hit that on the head, and I do feel like I have glorified being busy as a way to feel productive. I feel like being busy gave me identity before I really knew who I was. So as long as I was always doing something, I felt like I was being productive, which isn't true at all. That's ridiculous to say. So and that started probably all the way back when I was, God, dude, 16. I went to school. I would go to school. I had soccer, rowing practice, and I worked a part-time job most nights that I didn't have something going on. So that's 8 to 4, 4 to 8 if I'm working, 4 to 6 when I'm practicing, find time for homework. Then I would go into college. I worked full-time in college with you guys. Yeah. And I worked 40 hours a week there in the warehouse, going to school full-time.
Hell yeah.
Full-time work, full-time school. Nutcase. Absolute nutcase. But I'm busy. I'm doing something. But was I busy? Because I failed accounting. Was I doing the right? Was I prioritizing? And the priorities, I think, are the main key element of this entire conversation is prioritizing the right things. Because being busy and saying, "Oh, look at Derek, he's working. What a great person for his age. He's going out there and he's working full time. He's making his own money. He's doing this and that." And then here I am, 10 years removed from college, and I'm going, "Okay, cool. Well, the fact of the matter is, I'm still paying off my education. I did well enough to graduate, but did I focus enough time to justify the amount of money I have spent on that education? The answer is no. I did it. No, absolutely not. I was too busy driving to Bedford, delivering windshields, it's the truth of the matter. So I think there is this element of and for me, still king of even nowadays, double booking everything, dude. And I've gotten better at that too, but double book dairy, dude. How many times have we tried to do something and I go, shit, I actually meant to do this, and now I'm conflicted on who to tell what because I wasn't able to prioritize what was most important there. So and I mean it can be shown in my work. I can do stuff that makes me look busy, that looks like I am doing my job, but am I doing the stuff that actually advances myself and advances my career? And those are unfortunately two different things. And I think outside the priorities, it does come down to time management too. I do have the ability of doing those things that keep me busy, but I also need to add those into the times where I am able to then go, okay, but what is also making me productive or furthering myself in my personal life, in my career, or whatever it might be.
When I became conscious to this, I realized how bad I needed to rewire my brain.
Yeah.
And rewire my mindset towards what productivity and success look like. Because I definitely was someone who, good old Tate, I was definitely someone who kind of got sucked into that, grind culture, grind mentality.
Yeah.
I'm out here, and I loved grinding. You
Grinding.
said that before.
Grinding.
Yeah.
I'm a dog.
I'm out here grinding.
I'm a dog. But then it also takes away from how important rest and stillness is. I do not know how to not do something.
Yep.
I have no clue. It drives me fucking insane. I am easily the worst person I know about it, like for sure. And I live with someone who prioritizes rest and recharge because they like their work is so intense. She does such a good job of like being like so focused and getting so much shit done in her job. And then she's like, all right, cool. Like, I need to go like recharge now. And I'm like, recharge? I don't know. What are we recharging for?
that?
What's recharge mean?
Where's your port?
Yeah,
Why
where's
the
your
hell you
port?
always sleeping 8 hours? Why do you
Yeah, stuff like that.
How do you do that? Like,
Because what it would
I
turn
don't get
into on a time management side is like, oh, I get all this time stolen away from me doing things that I don't want to do. I'm going to sacrifice my rest or my sleep or my ability to recharge by doing all the shit that I wanted to do with a little pocket of time. And now I'm up till 1 a.m. I'm waking up at 7. I got 6 hours of okay sleep. And then I'm back through that same vicious cycle. And there's no longevity to that.
It's the only time you're ever going to hear me say this. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that.
It's the truth.
That is my life.
Because you're trying to you feel like you've had something stolen away from you. You're trying to recapture. Oh, well, now I got this little bit of pocket. It's 10 p.m. I should go to sleep. But like, man, I really want to do this one thing and I'm just going to go do it. But now you're sacrificing your time for tomorrow and you haven't managed your time right. And for me, like, I could look in and say, okay, well, if you would have went to sleep at 10, and you woke up at 6, that's still 8 hours, and you could have exercised then. Now you're trying to exercise here, and you're saying you don't have enough time, but are you managing your time properly?
That's where I would be. That's where I'm at with you.
Yeah.
Is noticing those trends and actually building them to where they morph into what would be my daily routine way better than just I'm going to add this shit and figure out how to make the Play-Doh structure later. I'm going to take some of this Play-Doh, I'm going to jam it with this Play-Doh, and it'll all work. It'll all be great.
Yeah, but like you said on that, like the last question though, like that being said though, like you said, like if you manage that, learn how to manage that time effectively, then you have time for the little shit.
Yes.
Right.
Now, you create that buffer where it's like, I didn't get so good at prioritizing with this. Like, hell, shit, I do got an hour to fucking with that painting, or I do got an hour. When you keep jamming shit, you can't think. You can't prioritize. Like, it fucks your whole thing up. Now you doing shit that ain't even important. You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to do this, do that. And it's like, you should have did that. But okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It goes down a little.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah. And it's so stupid, but like my manager probably say it like in a road at work where like I say, I don't have time for that. Like, okay, when you got in at 9 a.m., what did you do? Well, I turned on my laptop, made a cup of coffee, talked to each of my coworkers individually for 10 minutes each, sat down. It's 9:45. There's 45 minutes. I don't have time for it. Like, what were you doing? You know, what were you actually doing? Those types of things. But for you, quick sub questions for you guys. Do you feel that if someone sets a deadline for you and you don't feel like the goal is something that benefits you, but you still accomplish it, do you find fulfillment in reaching that deadline, even though you know it didn't really benefit you?
No.
Me neither. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? Like for like speaking of deadlines in general, like, oh God, I got to get this done. Like you should still feel some type of accomplishment, I guess. But like when you know at the beginning, like this truly doesn't serve me at all. Like those false deadlines that you know don't benefit you, that shit eats away.
You're looking for validation from what you just did.
Yeah, it's more of a
Why
validation
did
than a
I-
furthering of yourself.
Why did I just go through that? Oh, that helped me with this? Ah, totally get it. Why did I just go through that? I have no fucking clue what that did for me.
Yeah. No, I thought about that a lot too, and just opportunities to like try to find a way to prioritize things and not live so much. And yeah, you're gonna have to do things you don't want to do. Someone makes a decision for you to go after and do something. But I do think for me, realizing that like I am more seeking furthering who I am more than I am validation nowadays, and that's important.
Yeah, because for me, success has never changed. I really do believe for me, success has never changed, but priorities and productivity and the way that I look at getting to that success have completely been eradicated for me. And I'm rebuilding that entire structure here in 2026, and I'm so jazzed about it.
Yeah.
So how about yourself?
Like for me, like I kind of share some of the sentiment you guys have, but like I would say for me, like I always used to say, like I was telling you before, like, dude, I told my wife 10 years, like, we would, like, shit would come up, whatever the case is. Oh, so-and-so can't make it, or oh, so-and-so. It's like, and I used to always say, oh, that's bullshit. You know, people got time for what they want to have time for. And and it's true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I will tell you, like, you know, doing this, you know, even just this, like, coming and journaling with you guys, like, do I have time to do this? If I want to, I do.
Yeah.
I could easily, you know, it's like the built-in excuse to control the narrative. Like, and it's not that people are doing it like neglectfully. It's just like you said, I think it's just ingrained in what we do now. It's like I have all this shit I need to do, and at any given moment, I can use any of this shit to control the narrative. Your boss like, hey, can you stay later? Nope, got to take the dog for a walk. We got some shit with the dog going on at home. Okay. It's like whatever you need to say to control that narrative, to give that time to who you want to.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, let's go on the run, D. You know what, man? I promised the old lady we was going to watch a show.
Yeah.
Man, fuck, you know you did.
You watch a show every. Yeah, you watch a show every night.
Right. It's like, you know, it's like, and like, to me, like, that's where it's at. It's like people control that. And you can use that as, it's like a power. Like, people use busyness to control what they want to do, and that's just it. It's like we're all busy. We're you know, you're not no more busy than I am. It's just where you prioritize the shit that you have to get done versus what I'm asking you to do for me in that moment. And that's where I, like, as a person, like, that's why I always try to, like, you know, I don't want to be that guy. Like, if you called me right now and said, hey Jeff, I'm in a pickle, dude, my car broke. I'm just gonna get up and come. You know, I'm just gonna get up and come. And the whole time I'll be there with you. Motherfucker woke me up, man. Hurry up. You know, we're jacking the car, whatever. You know, I'm helping you change a tire, whatever the case is. You know, I've been called out on that. I'm that guy. People will call me. I've been that guy because, again, like, I don't want people to, you know, I don't want to, like, not that it matters, but it matters to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want people to think, oh, he was full of shit. You know, like, because if I have time to do it, do I want to? No, hell no. But, like, if I prioritize the relationship with you, like, it depends on what it is. But I just think people, for the most part, control that whole narrative of I'm fucking busy to do what it is they want to do.
Yeah. There's a big difference between him saying, hey, dude, I want to go get hammered tonight versus, hey, dude, you got time to work on something?
Yeah.
So
I know which one I'm picking.
I know which one you're picking.
Yeah. I'm busy. But it's like, and then people get upset, but you give people that window, that opportunity. Like, I don't even try to do that no more. Like, I'll straight up ask people, hey, look, if you ain't doing shit, this is what's going on, bro. Let me know. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Like, you know, because, like, looking at that, like, I know that's how people react. So that's how I'm going to treat the whole situation. It's like, you know, fuck it. Like, the opportunity's there. This is what the deal is. If you want to, cool. If not, I'm all right too, because I don't want to come off as I'm interrupting your timeline or make it feel like I have to alter mine to make you fit into mine. You know what I mean?
Or that I'm shaming you into, oh, you're not going to be here?
Right.
Everybody's coming, you know?
It's like, oh, you can't come. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
You doing homework. Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that paper's due all of a sudden.
Yeah. I get it.
Been doing fucking in school since March. All of a sudden it's due tonight. Okay. Cool. But then so many times that you become the asshole that people go, and then it becomes, don't even ask D, he ain't gonna come.
Right.
You know, don't even ask, he ain't coming. You know?
Which that puts you into a tough place as the person who would be given that opportunity, because now you're sitting there going, I don't want to become that guy. And I think that might have been what you were double booking all the time. Is you didn't want to be that guy who people didn't feel like they could.
I didn't want to set
to.
boundaries. I had no interest in setting a boundary around something that I had to protect to, you know, advance myself in a certain manner or just accomplish something I want to accomplish. So I just go, oh yeah, no, I'll be there. Absolutely. Cool. I'm old dependable. I'm old reliable. I'll be there. No problem. Like, but then, you know, and we've talked about, so we won't exhaust it, but like, then you're spreading yourself too thin.
Yeah.
There's no way.
So has success and productivity changed for you over the years?
Yeah. I mean, because here's the thing, you measure success and productivity. For me, the same. Like, my productivity is my success. If I want it to be, whatever my goal is, it's my goal. And if I can control the narrative to reach it, you know what I mean? Like, and again, controlling those deadlines, controlling things that you can to get to whatever that goal is, so you can have success.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Blocking out the gray, like you said. A couple of things I know I need to get done today that are going to shape my day versus, you know, all the little fluff that you just keep clouding your fucking head with. You know what I mean? That is your success, dude. Your productivity, if you can get to it.
Yeah.
You know,
Got to clear those
yeah,
clouds.
man, you got
Got to
to
see through. Got clear skies. All right, let's move on to number 4. When you're working towards a big goal, how do you distinguish between healthy accountability and self-punishment? You want to take this one, Jeff?
Hey, so for me,
Yeah.
I always like to put myself like in a state of, sorry,
You're good.
state of reflection, like versus motivation for me. Like when I look at a goal or something that I'm trying to accomplish, like honestly, like for me, like it's, can I get to that goal? Like I look at it 2 ways. Like if I get to a certain amount of it, like I'm trying to get my paper done for school. If I can get 3 pages of this 10-page paper done, can I walk away at this point? Like that's like for me, I can measure it like that. I'm like, all right, did I do enough to say I can wait for another day? Or if I didn't, how is that going to shape how I go? Like, do I need to stretch this out longer? Do I need to set a longer deadline? Like, am I not going to make it? That's where I get into, like, am I punishing myself now? Or am I giving myself the time to reflect and motivate to do more? Or am I creating mess? And that's where I get, like, myself mixed up, is where, like, I'm like, okay, you didn't get enough of this done. Now you got to go harder the next day. Dude, you don't even know what's happening the next day. You may have more shit waiting on you that you didn't even get to. Yep. So now I'm pushing shit from this day to this day because I thought I got enough of it done, or I didn't get enough of it done. So I'll push it to the next day. And it's like, now you got more mess to deal with. You know what I mean? You can't make it. Like you need those deadlines to like, for me, like if I don't have a deadline, I can't measure success versus, you know, what I need to do. Am I punishing myself? Like, and when I punish myself, dude, it ends up being worse because, like, okay, now tomorrow I'm gonna do 3 more pages plus I got work, I got this. Like, I'm fixing a dishwasher right now. Like, I got all kind of shit that's just waiting on me, all for the week, and then I'm pushing shit ahead. Like, you're just pushing shit, and like for me, like that's it. Like, and then you got to become, can you hold yourself accountable for all that minutia in between? And sometimes you can't. Like you set these unreasonable expectations for yourself, and then you trying to be like reward yourself like the fruits of my labor, and then you instantly go, fuck, but I gotta do this, and it never allows you the time to free flow into the gratitude, like you said, that instant gratitude, like that people look for. Yeah. Like you never get a chance to flow into it because you don't give yourself, you know what I mean? You can't get her done. So you can't succeed. So you feel like you got to punish yourself, and that's terrible.
My personal superpower would be creating personal chaos.
Wow.
I just got, like, I feel like now that looking, you just brought it up for me, the creating chaos as, oh, did I get enough done of this to be able to say I accomplished this, to give it a check mark, to move on to tomorrow's list of things? Oh, no, wait, now I'm bringing this with me to tomorrow. Ah, shit, what's that going to do to tomorrow? Yeah, that's my everlasting hell right now of trying to balance what do I do today versus is it enough to say it actually, I accomplished it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is too, like, do you give, but like I said before, like when you punish yourself though, how bad are you punishing yourself? Like, are you, like when you don't meet that deadline, like, is it so intense that you can't even recover? Like, I will tell you, like, I got a bad grade on the paper before. Like, I was like, what the hell am I doing? And then, like, I got to get an A on this next one to pass this class, like, or I'm fucked. Like, you know, that not having that success early on that paper created the pressure to perform on this one. I got an A on that paper. I'll be honest with you. I get some pressure created. I'm great. I don't know why. I'll wait till the 0th hour, bro. I'll do my best work. I don't, you know what I mean? It's just how it is. But, like, at the same time, it's like if I keep punishing myself, like, I'm not going to be able to see through that light. Like, you got to be, like, so some people just punish themselves too hard. Like, it's okay to not achieve something or meet the deadline, but you have to be able to not punish yourself so hard that you can succeed and see yourself through to that next step.
No, looking back on it, I'm a lot different now than who I was, but I would get to a place where I would punish myself so bad that I would question, why am I doing this? Why am I doing dismount? Why am I trying to do any of this stuff? To where I can't tell you how many times I called you and said, I just want to give up on this, dude. I just honestly think it's just, I've just had it, dude. And I can't tell you how many times I've called you and said that before, because I was punishing myself so hard that I didn't get, like, we have this goal, and we did a damn good job at the second half of 2025 last year of making sure that we had a clip released every day trying to promote the podcast. And that's because that's what I thought in my personal head it was going to take to grow the podcast. Was we're doing all organic. We got to go hard. We got to put all this out there. If we're doing all this organically, then that means we got to be pumping so much shit out there. It doesn't matter what you're pumping out there, just trying to get people to get eyes on to know that you actually exist. Okay, but what happens when you're trying to do life and now you got dog situations, or you got family situations, or car situations, and that list of, 14 clips for episode 56 kind of looks like a backdoor priority, back burner priority compared to, well, the fucking washer's exploded and now I got to fix that. Or my car doesn't run and I got to make money to keep this whole damn thing going. So
Zach, the house is on fire. I'm doing something.
I'm recording some shit.
finishing this clip.
I said something very insightful. The world needs to know.
Exactly. And so that's where, for me, accountability, my healthy accountability, and my self-punishment. I was punishing myself so hard that it got to a place where now I'm finding that balance. I'm finding that happiness I'm finding that happiness in not accomplishing the things that I set out to, which is a weird fucking thing to say, but I'm actually finding peace in knowing that, okay, maybe that wasn't a top priority. For instance, yesterday is a perfect example. I had my day structured out to where I was going to start the day working on episode 54, since we just re-recorded that, and get that all done. And then second half of the day was going to be episode 55, and I was going to get ahead. Dude, I didn't do shit for Dismount at all yesterday. Didn't do anything. I worked on my calendar, built that calendar, built all these, all this structure for my 2026 that's going to allow me to do all those things and feel where I'm like right now, I have the next 3 months of my training all built out. I have the next 3 months of my meals all built out. I'm doing all these things that I want to do, and it's allowing me to find that peace in the things that I don't do.
Yeah.
And that was where I had to distinguish that healthy accountability of saying, dude, look at the things you did do. And the things that you didn't do, well, those probably didn't mean enough to you, or else you would have fucking done them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, I think accountability probably assumes you're still learning or you're still growing, and the punishment just feels like an I should have known better type situation. I got grounded or something. I love grounding myself, and not the good kind. It's just one of those things I feel like I do still beat myself up in a healthy way, because I do anticipate that there is more for me out there, that I'm capable of more. And then I am able to, in a certain situation, you turn around and use that as motivation. I'm pretty confident, and we've had this conversation, I don't think there's much in this world that I can't do.
Yeah.
The issue is getting me to do it.
Putting into it, locking in, and getting it done.
Yeah. And I think there was a point in the past where accountability and shame felt all the same. It felt exactly the same to say, okay, well, this idea of accountability, I'm going to hold myself accountable to doing something, or the feeling of shame when you don't do it, those feelings felt similar, and they shouldn't.
Dude, that is literally one of the biggest things that this podcast was probably telling the entire time, was how much we were looking at things that should have been beneficial as negative,
right,
and negative things as being beneficial.
Yeah.
And just,
well, even being busy, I feel like I was always staying busy, and this is, I know was a past question, not so much here, but it tees off on that, was I feel like I was just staying busy because I was so uncertain of the unknown. So I was being productive because my anxiety was riddling my entire body, my brain, and I didn't know what the next day held. So if I just keep doing things, then the chances that something bad happens tomorrow are minimized by me just doing. But what am I doing? What actually am I doing? And those types of situations, just like the shame and accountability, it feels in the same thing. Is accountability should be empowering. It's like, I'm capable of this. I have the privilege of doing this. This will make me a better person. This might make people around me better people because I'm being held accountable to do something I'm capable of doing, and I'm going to show the fuck up.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, oh, what if I don't get this done? How are people going to look at me? What am I going to do? I'm a fucking failure. Like, that's insane, dude. That's insane work. But that got shit done for me in the past. It got things done. It got me where I am, shaving the shit out of myself for 33 years.
Yeah, now how do I build myself up?
But how do I
encourage myself?
And for me, like, I'm not in some like horrible place. I didn't just come off the street to do the podcast. Like, I'm cool. Everything's good. But I have shamed myself into where I am. So there is part of me that is like, and I've had this conversation about even like going to like therapy or something where I think of like, I could talk about some things that might help me rewire my brain. But it's like, well, the fucked up version of me kind of got pretty far. So like, do I really want to change that, or do I just want to keep being fucked up? Because it's not all that bad.
Yeah.
But that's not taking care of myself. That's not, there's no adult life where I get to grow this beautiful life and get to enjoy the 2/3 of my life that I have left in a better way than I enjoyed the first third of it, or whatever it might be. And I just think that it comes from a place of understanding that accountability is different from punishment or shame, and realizing that accountability is a good thing. It's an empowering thing. It's something that you have a privilege of being held accountable to doing something, because whether you see it in yourself or the people see it in you, it's something that you were built for. You just have to visualize and actualize that.
Yeah, the self-punishment for me has been anything that I was trying to do, I constantly felt like I was putting a weighted vest on and was like, I'm going to do this with a weighted vest. You doing push-ups without a weighted vest? Bitch ass.
I'm gonna make it harder.
Yeah, I'm going to make it harder
I'm
on
battle
me.
tested.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to gain 300 pounds just to work it off.
It's like, yeah, you
You ain't
just
shit,
creating
dude.
obstacles for no reason. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Do your thing, man.
Yeah. And I think for accountability, like, that came from self-respect. It looks like, look at the situation, understand why it did or didn't happen, treat it as a learning experience, reassess, and do better the next time. Like, that's fine. That is, you should approach everything in that manner of like, how can I break it down for me? I'm going to look at what I did. I'm going to understand why it did not work. I'm going to treat it as a learning experience. I'm going to reflect, reassess what happened, and the next time I'm going to be 1% better for that. There is no shame around that.
No.
Yeah, that's healthy.
Yeah, my thing is I'm trying to, I looked at this as like the odometer on your car, and I'm trying to push the needle. But the way that I feel like I was living life was I was just in the red the whole time. Just running that motor like no other.
Yeah.
And I finally now am finding that way to balance myself and be able to be running at 65 miles an hour, and that, you know, the revs are at 3,000, you know, 2,500. We're at a cool, calm, idling speed, you know, but we're cruising. We're cruising at 65, but the motor sounds
I'm
like
getting where I need to go.
exactly. And that sounds nice and smooth and calm. But yeah, I was the guy just constantly
Yeah.
maxing out the
go all
revving.
the time. Like, slow up. You don't got to be on go all the time.
Right.
So it's finding that healthy balance for me. That's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I can feel that too. And I think there is a balance to it. I do feel like a little bit of like tough love towards yourself has always been a benefit, for sure. I'm not saying it isn't, but I do feel like it is something that you can't stew on or make a habit where every single day is tough love.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you'll be your toughest critic, though. You'll be your toughest critic. Like, and me, Zach, like, nobody could, you have to be your toughest critic, dude. You have to be.
Right. So there is an element to tough love in accountability to accomplish things, because you know there's more out there for you than you are currently receiving. It's just an idea of, okay, cool, dude. Like, yeah, you didn't show up this time. Okay, don't make excuses.
Yeah.
No, you're literally justifying your failures to yourself. Like, there is no need to do that. Just reassess and figure out how you can be better next time.
Oh, yeah. You got to stop with the productive procrastination.
Yeah, dude, I am the king,
People
bro.
do that. Like, I know what I need to do, but hey, man, I'm going to sweep and mop. I was too busy to write that paper. I had to sweep and mop. Like, no, motherfucker, you should have did that, then sweep and mop.
Mm-hmm.
You a self-punisher?
Yeah, always.
Always?
Yeah. Oh, you know, I'm hard on myself, dude. I'm like I said, you have to be your own critic. Like, you have to be hard on yourself. Like, you don't come and make it where well, for me, like, I wouldn't say my life is some great fucking success story, but from where I come from, what I'm doing right now, fuck, dude, I feel You know what I mean? I've self-punished myself into what the fuck I am. You
Yeah.
know, so I'm good with that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And sometimes it is too rough. You can't beat yourself down, like I said, so much that you can't see your way through. Like that's it. I'm getting better at seeing the way through. That's it. Like I'm like, okay, you don't do this. Okay, get your shit together. Punish yourself however you have to, but not too much to where you don't lose sight of the fucking goal. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah, because that was what I was doing
Yeah.
to myself. I would get to that place where I would just be like, man, I can't keep up with the clips. I can't keep up with all this stuff that I'm doing in my life right now. I don't have systems in place that are allowing me to be able to accomplish this. And it would just floor me to the point where we would go 2-3 months without a clip being released, and people would be like, "You still doing the podcast?" Oh yeah, we're still doing the podcast. I mean, we've been releasing episodes. They stay coming every 2 weeks, but no clips. Like, oh, I didn't know you were still doing that. Yeah, we're still doing that. And then me, I go home and I'm like, why should I even fucking continue doing this? People don't think I'm even doing it anymore. And then, so that was where you were talking earlier. I would get to a place where the next day I would just kind of be in this really dark place. Dark cloud would be over top of me. And it would be that mentality of just, the world's never going to fix itself. I don't ever give a shit to fix the world, and fuck everything. And that's where I would get to.
Yeah.
And it was unfortunate because the world is an amazing place. It can always heal itself, and there is so much dope shit to do. Why are you sitting under a rain cloud every damn day?
Hell yeah.
So, question number 5 for all y'all out there is, what does using time as a tool actually look like for you, and how has that changed your approach to work, rest, or growth? You want this one, D?
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think just changing how I see time is important. Like, not so much like something that works in my favor, not something that I'm trapped in, like unrealistic expectations. Like, I shouldn't feel pressured by time to get something done. And I'm thinking more of like life expectancies. Like, because people in my life are, for example, and I've used this before, in my mind to justify would be like, because I'm 33 and I know people who are 33 and are married or have children or this or that, doesn't mean that I am in any place that is wrong for not having accomplished those goals that I want for myself, but it just isn't the right time. So just because there's like societal expectations on when, here's a deadline. If you don't have kids by your 30s, I mean, like, what are you doing? You'll be friggin' in the ground before they even graduate high school. This is weird. Like, maybe I'm not ready to be a parent. Maybe I think that I'm, there's more, or maybe I just want to do shit for myself more before I do that. If that time comes, that time comes. But I don't want to feel like I'm pressured into a time frame in doing just about anything. But I do feel like the ability to use time to accomplish things and setting that deadline that I'm comfortable with is the difference there. Like, making sure that I'm holding myself to those types of things where I can go, okay, I have this much time to work with. How am I going to better myself on that journey so that when that time comes, I'm able to visualize, okay, this is what a perfect life would be. Okay, cool. When I want to get married, I want to be this. I want to have a house. I want to make sure that I have money in the bank. I want this and that. Okay, cool. Those are all great. What am I doing on a daily basis to help me get there? And realizing that, yeah, time is an asset for me, but how am I using it? How am I spending my time? And spending your time is the craziest thing, because you go, oh, spending time, but I'm sure you could go down some wormhole of like the idea of the phrase spending time, because it literally is. It might as well be money. It might as well be something that is a physical asset that you could spend on your end to help you realize that, okay, I have 24 hours to work with. What am I doing on a daily basis to help me get to where I want to go? And not so much the understanding of, okay, I feel pressured into doing this. Now's the time. Like, it doesn't have to be that way unless you decide it is that way.
I might be able to make the statement that my only regret in life would be that I didn't realize that sooner.
Yeah.
That I allowed myself to go into I went all the way to 28 years old. Almost, I will say that it was still affecting me, and it still sometimes affects me on a daily basis of, I'm not married. I've been with the same girl for 11 years now. I've 12. Shit.
There ain't no pressure. Ooh, man,
No, there's no pressure. And
that's good, beautiful.
I all the things that you just brought up, the having kids, the being married, the starting a family, all these things that were so pumped at us in television and movies and just everything that was my existence growing up. Like, that's what success looked like for me, was doing all those types of things. And I don't know if, I guess I don't want to say that I have regrets in life, but that kind of probably would be my only regret, was not realizing that statement of I can go my own path. I'm not out here playing the game of life.
The number one.
I'm not playing a fucking board game. This isn't life. I'm not trying to get these things like.
You ain't trying to get the little peg in your car, man?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, bro. I'm trying to have a minivan. No, I
Trying to stack the kids on top.
the number one thing I think of is school, dude. When I graduated high school, and I was the first one in my immediate family to graduate like in high school, going to college, like outside of like Alicia too, did the same thing. So like between like my dad's side of the family, though, like my dad didn't graduate, mom didn't graduate, my little brother, like that tight knit crew, like I was the first one. So it was like, okay, cool, like you're going to college. You're going to college. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to college. And then I just like kind of decided where to go to college because I wanted to go to the school my friend went to because I didn't want to go to a new school alone because I always knew people at the schools I was going to. That's the reason why I decided where I was going to school. It wasn't because of the academia, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Shows how much I paid attention in fucking school. The point is that when I was 18, I just decided I'm going to go here because that's where I'm going to be comfortable. It really doesn't matter what I'm going to do. I'll just pick a major that I think I'm good at so I don't have to really pay much attention, and I'll graduate with a diploma. And now, like 10 years later, I'm in a job where I truly believe that I could have done this job when I was 18, 19 years old with no college degree. Like, I could have easily. And I pay hundreds of dollars a month still 10 years after to my degree because of that irrational decision that I was pushed into by societal norms to go do this because this is what you need to do. This is the expectation. You need to go do this. And that one alone like burnt me to a crisp. Like I'm done doing things that people tell me I need to do based off a timeline that other people tend to abide by. I can't do it. Like there's no, and I'll say that for everyone, there's no guidelines on how to approach like big life events or like really large decisions. Like even buying a house. Like I'll buy a house when I'm ready to buy a house. Right. When that opportunity arises and it feels right for me. Whatever, and there's a million of those down your life. So I think for me, like realizing that, yes, I'm not some endless being who, in my human form, who will be here forever. No, I get that. But on the other side is, I'm not going to rush into things that I can't take back. I'm not going to just have a kid because I feel like I need to have a kid right now. Because then you're shutting down your life at that point. And while that's right for other people who are in a further place in their life, I need to be more honest with myself and realize, and I think I do a good job with that. So I would coach other people to do the same thing, is don't fall into the pressure of wanting to do something because you feel like you need to do it based off what other people are telling you.
Based off of the conglomerate, based off of the culture.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I asked you, like, and then I wasn't being, funny or nothing.
No.
Like, do you feel any pressure? Because, and you said no. That's the way it should be. You shouldn't feel any pressure. Like, I got married at 21. You know what people told me? What are you doing? I don't care what, like you said, it goes both ways. I don't care what other people are doing. I don't care if they're waiting until they get out of college or whatever the hell they're waiting for. I'm in love right now. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing what I need to do for me and my right now. And that's it. Like, not being conformed to fucking what everybody else wants you to do. Like, because like you said, they're doing what they want to do with their time. Do what you want to do with yours.
The number one thing about being a human being is that everyone is different.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's the best part. So why would you want to abide by certain constraints to live your life? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Comfortability. People get comfortable.
It doesn't make, but why? Like for
they're
me, like
lazy as hell.
For me and my girl to get married, like the thought process is, well, if we get married, we want to like die together, which is great. But it's like we came from places where like both our parents were divorced. Right. So like we're not making that mistake again. Right. I would rather, and she would agree, I would rather never marry her than marry her and get divorced. Obviously, I think anyone would say that. Right. But I'm going to make damn sure that opportunity arises to us when the time is right. We put in the work to ensure that we're going to build a life together that was better than the life that we had when we were younger. And I think that's one thing that, you know, you can put that in any line of your life, and understand that if you're just going to do things that are based off your values, your desires, what is true to yourself, then that's how you should approach it. Not so much because, oh, well, Susie and Jimmy and Billy all got married, so when's Derek, you're next. Oh, who's next? You're at the wedding. Who's next? They're looking at you. I'm like, don't fucking look at me.
Yeah.
I will tell you, you're not getting invited when I do get married. You keep pressuring me like that, motherfucker.
I like that.
Yeah.
So how about yourself, sir?
It's kind of weird for me, but
Okay.
like I break my time down. Like I try to control, like I break it down into, I try to have, like, it's easy to say what, one day at a time, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. Like I try to break it down like that. And I use, like, what I developed, what I like to call keeping my time in thirds, like, so that I can accomplish things. So like when I'm at work, like that's one. When I'm at work within those work deadlines, like only focus on, I mean, obviously if there's an emergency at home, don't say, oh, house is burning down, I'm at work, you know, focus on work. Like, and that's been working for me, honestly. Like, so I lock in at work. When I'm at work, I focus on work. I mean, my wife will tell you, I've gotten the text messages down a lot. I'm sending her reels and shit. Like you said earlier, that first 45 minutes you get to work, I'm not doing shit. You know what I mean? I'm fucking around. I'm texting my wife, sending her reels. I'm fucking, you know, but like, so I try to get better at focusing on work when I'm at work. Second part of my day, and like I said, this goes back to my 1 day at a time thing. You know what I mean? I'm at work, I focus on work. I go home, I'm present at home. What needs to be done at home? Does that, like, pay attention to the dogs? Like, I got 4 dogs. I got a wife. I got a brother. You know, my mother-in-law is at home with me. You know what I mean? I need to make sure that I'm tending to the folks in that house. They have needs. They have wants. They, you know, I've been away from these people for 12 hours.
Yeah.
You know, what's going on in here, okay? And then that third part, you know, maintenance. We all need maintenance, like whatever that is. Like, so my maintenance is, you know, my video games, a little bit, whatever it is you need to do. Journal, read. Some people need to sleep, whatever it is. That's the third part. And if you can do those things and break them down, for me, that's what I do. Break them down into thirds. That can get you through 1 day. 1 day at a time, get you through a week. 1 week, get you through a month. And just stack it.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to spend my time wisely. You know what I mean? You don't get a lot of it. It's the only thing you have and don't know how much you got left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Time. So like I try to just like, I need to do that. And that allows me to accomplish more because in those time, it compartmentalizes my day. So I'm allowed to accomplish things and it buffers the gray area. Things I don't really need to do. Like shit that's like, oh, hey, yo, you want to do this? Nope. No, and then I got a nice, I got a nice built-in excuse. Nice built-in, I'm busy.
Yeah.
I got shit going on here. I'm accomplishing shit here.
Yeah.
So that, to me, that's like using my time effectively.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that too. I think my biggest issue is I'm such a go with the flow, dude. I'm a go with the flow kind of guy. And the go with the flow kind of guy, unfortunately, it kind of just doesn't work. It doesn't. I don't know how else to say it other than it just doesn't work. I'm just going with the flow. That's cool. You know, you're out like a party and you're kind of just like, yeah, just whatever. I'll just go with the flow. That works. You go with the flow for your life. It's not going to work. It doesn't. You can't go with the flow. And I think that for me in using time as a tool is realizing that I don't need more hours in the day. I just need less things fighting for those hours or whatever I perceive in my mind are the things that are fighting for that time allocation. So you break in your days into thirds. That's easier said than done. For me, very easy. 8 hours sleeping, 8 hours working, 8 hours on your own. And you get that opportunity. Very easy to approach. And I'm pretty good at 2 of those. It's that third one that's like the 5 to 11 or whatever the hell it is, 5 to midnight or whatever I get. Like, what am I doing at that pocket before I go back to sleep and wake up the next day for work? And I think that is me trying to reassess how I'm using as a tool as opposed to looking at it as a constraint like we're built to.
And that is exactly, I used to look at time as it was constraining me, as I only had this amount to be able to do what I wanted. And I'm sitting there trying to take 30 pegs and put them into 10 holes. I don't have 30 pegs. I don't have 30 holes to put these, 30 pegs into.
Bet you wish you did.
Yeah, I bet you wish you did. And so I'm now looking at time. I had to take time and flip it on its mindset for me. It is no longer a lack mindset. It is an abundance mindset. So I get to wake up tomorrow, and right now, kind of where I've kind of fallen into is 5:30 to 10:30 is kind of my day. It's about 17 hours. Is normally I get up at 5:30. I'm trying to go to bed by 10:30. I get 7 hours of sleep. Not too bad of a system for me. It works right now. I would like to change it, but it works right now. Now, I can wake up tomorrow and look at that and go, son of a bitch, I only got 17 hours and I got to spend 10 of them at a fucking job I don't even want to be at. Or I can look at it as go, all right, I got 17 hours to be that version of me that I want to be tomorrow. So it's the using time as the tool is such a weird phrase because you're actually, for me, I'm looking at time differently. I'm trying to brainwash myself into that time is a good thing versus I've always looked at time as being kind of a negative thing of I don't have enough of it. I'm lacking in it. Oh, where do I get more time? How the hell do I make that happen?
You changing the game.
Yeah.
I got too much time. What am I going to get done?
Yes.
I got all this time today. Yeah,
And it's because I truly believe that I'm an everlasting being. I'm not going to be in this meat suit forever. I was just fortunate enough to be able to program myself into this meat suit and enjoy it for a while. But that version of me is going to move on. But this version of me that's in this existence, he needs to go into 2026. At least what I'm working on going into 2026 is I want to be able to look ahead and say, oh shit, Adam and Ting's party is on June 7th. That's a Sunday. Well, that's probably going to be a later evening on a Sunday than I would normally, would do. So do I shift? How do I get prepared for that event that's coming up in my life to keep my stuff in check too? Of I want to be this person. Well, but I also want to be the person who shows up for that event. Mm-hmm. So if I'm that person who shows up for that event, where's the balance come in? I'm not waking up at 5:30 if I'm going to a party that's going until 11, midnight that evening. Yeah. Or a wedding. I think of a wedding too, and that's kind of what we were referencing here, was going to a wedding. You're going to be up late that night. I was up late for my sister's wedding just this month. I want to be prepared to know that I have my stuff, because what I normally do in those situations is I'm the person who stays, I'm the person who's present, but then when I'm alone and it's now my time to do my things that I wanted to do for myself, and I look back and go, fuck, I'm not going to have enough time to do this. I want to be ready and prepared to where I now know that I have those things already I'm trying to learn true balance.
Yeah, with time being so malleable, did you go back and say, hey, I'm going to restructure my day in a way that allows me to still do this and accomplish that? Or am I going to try to accomplish this in spite of that and find that I'm going to fall flat on my face?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I get that for sure.
So, gentlemen, last question of the day. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
This I love this question.
Yeah, me too.
If tomorrow had no deadlines at all, how would you choose to spend your time, and what does that reveal about what really matters to you? And mine was, I would either be biking, camping, with family or friends, and the big thing is I'm going to be outdoors. It is 100% going to be an outdoor activity.
Yeah.
And I think that shows that technology and staying cooped up in a cage are not things that matter to me at all. COVID was not something that I enjoyed. I did not enjoy being cooped up in a house and being locked in a cage. But I think that where I need to finalize this balance between technology and myself. And that is the last piece of the puzzle for me, because I'm trying to lock in, if tomorrow had no deadlines, let's just say that it would be outside and I'm not inside, and that kind of bodes on I'm more of a nature type of person. But I think that technology has this beauty and just amazingness to it, because we are literally just nature and technology together. So being able to utilize your nature of yourself and harmonize with nature and utilize basically the software and all the neurolinks and all that type of basically technology that makes up the human body, and being able to bring those together is where the happy balance for me is. But I'm definitely more of an outside person.
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you say before you're going to do I forget the deadline you set was, but you're like, I'm just going to go walk in the woods.
Oh, yeah. I told
yeah.
myself I wanted to quit my job by a specific date this year. And if I don't do it, I'm just going to walk into the woods. Just going to pack a backpack and I'm just going to walk into the woods.
I mean, to be fair, if I had a deadline, it's exactly what I do. I would do, you nailed it. There's not much to add on my side. I kind of approach in the sense of like, yes, I would go walk. I'd be where we were in Colorado at the foot of that mountain in a van somewhere. I don't know where I'd have the money to spend because I won't have a job, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out. But even taking a shot at like structuring my day around what I currently am doing, like I think even the shift, and this will hit home for you specifically, you're working a couple more hours in general than just 8 a day, but I think 9 to 5, dude. 9 to 5 is so outdated. It is so incredibly outdated. It is not optimal for my performance at all. I'll tell you right now, 3 to 5 at work, not very productive. Like realistically, in my job too, I feel like I would be more beneficial calling people in like an 11 to 7 pocket. I would much prefer, and that'd be okay. I'd sign up for that. I would much rather have the 7 to 3 that you have. The 7 to 3 would then force me to get up earlier, get me to work, get me back home early enough, and then have daylight to work with, have a want to go out and do something as opposed to just like sleeping in those couple hours, right? I'm sacrificing these couple hours of productivity I have because I just have no interest in getting out of my bed, especially in the winter in Pittsburgh. Yeah. Like, good luck getting out of your bed in the morning to go work out or something. I give props to all the people who live up in an area like us in the winter where they're up at 5:30, 6 a.m. at the gym when it's 20 degrees out, freezing cold. It's dark. It's dark when you get home from work. It's dark when you go to work.
Dude, you see them jogging on the way to work. I'm driving to work at 6:30. I'm seeing them jogging. I'm like, what are you doing?
Nuts. But today, like 8:30, like I was up and I loved going for a jog. It was great. Sun was out, everything. Well, the sun wasn't out. It was light out.
It was gray.
I haven't seen the sun in 2 months, I don't think. But it's just one of those things. And like, and then the priorities, back to priorities. Priorities are so much different. Like, what am I prioritizing right now? Mostly my job and recovering from my job. Podcasts when I have some time, my girlfriend and my family. Like, that's all I got. And the way I rank them would be completely shifted. Like, it would go from work, recover from work, girlfriend, family, to probably girlfriend, family, recover, and then work. Like, would be it. That would be the way I'd structure it. It's just not going to happen. But I've been thinking the ability of just like looking at it from this pocket where I could go wake up early, enjoy my morning for once, get a workout in. If I'm thinking of starting at 11, dude, I could get up early. I get the workout in. I drink a cup of coffee. I'm enjoying breakfast. Like, okay, cool. Now time to work. Like 11 to like 5, I'm doing work for me. And then I'm done. And then I have all this time in the evening to not feel obligated to do something fitness-based, to do something productive-based. Now I have this creative time to work with that I just don't have. And I think that's the one thing that I will try to strive for in the future more, is finding some type of true creative outlet. I think the podcast is a good start, but something for me specifically that I can lean into to make me feel like, cool, like I'm actually going and doing something for myself, because I don't get a lot of that. The doing something for myself is sitting on a TV or sitting in front of a TV or playing a game or doing something. And like, well, that can be good rest. I think that differs from like recharging and resting as opposed to a creative outlet you're doing for yourself. And I need to differentiate those two.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Jeffrey.
I mean, I share the same sentiment, man. Like, honestly, like no deadlines. I like to say I'm with the family, friends, people I love, my dogs, hanging out. I mean, fishing. I love fishing, even though I don't catch anything. I like to say I like to feed fish off of my hook. That's what I like to do. You know what I mean? But that's what I do.
I like to feed.
I like to feed them from the hook. You know what I mean? Watch football. I love football. But, that's what matters to me. But like, I say that to say I spend the time doing the things with the people I love, because that's what I care about. Like, when I'm gone, when I'm dead and out of here, when people stand over my lifeless body, dude, I want them to be like, that's a good fucking dude right there. Mm-hmm. That's all that matters to me. And you got to live it. You live it through being with the people you care about, doing the things that matter to you. You could put a deadline on it if you want to or not, but do the things that matter to you. And, you'll become what you want to be. You'll get out of life what you want. So I try to practice that, dude. Like, honestly, like I'm gonna pour into the things that I care about. I'm gonna set those deadlines for me, do those things, and then hopefully it equals a good life. And, you know, like I said, people can look at that and say, hey, it's one good dude right there.
I can tell you this, brother man, from knowing you, if you do the second half like you did the first half, there's going to be exponential amount of people up in that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
Be a banger.
Yeah. This is gonna be the one where the parking lot's full. We got cars around.
We got a
the
ride
block,
share.
dude. Yeah,
Somebody
we're riding
famous
share.
must have died. I don't know, that's some kid, Jeff Ingram. Who the hell is that?
I saw him down the parking lots once, getting drunk.
Oh, man.
All right, y'all. This was an absolute kick-ass episode on deadlines. My dog ate my homework. Only works once. All right, y'all. I'm going to let these guys give you any last tidbit that they want to share. You got anything, D?
Yeah, just take an inventory check on what your priorities in life actually are and stick to that. That's something for me. I think that's not even for everyone. That's just for me, is understanding what my priorities are in life, understanding I do have enough time to prioritize them. It's a conscious decision more than anything. And I think I'll take that forward.
Yeah. Stop making yourself busy. You know, you got time.
You're not that busy.
You're not.
Yeah.
Prioritize what you need to prioritize.
Love that.
You're not that busy.
Allow yourself to be bored.
Right.
Yeah.
You got time.
Yeah, my big thing is deadlines can be beneficial. Deadlines can be very detrimental. It's just whichever way you take it. So honestly, for me, the real stock in life is, am I okay with myself? And the personal validation, that self-validation is my mantra going forward, because I was someone who was constantly looking for external validation and validation from all the people around me. And that is a world of just pure not goodness. That's all I'll say.
Hell yeah.
Dark places. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
Later.
Thanks again for tuning into episode 56, Deadlines. I definitely didn't make the deadline, as I'm recording this outro at 11:30 the night before. Did not make my deadline to get to bed on this Sunday by 11 p.m. to get some good sleep. So that's okay. We made the deadline to release the episode for episode 56 on tomorrow, the 9th, February 9th. So we're cooking. We got this done. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. Don't hesitate to catch the gang's next release. That's episode 57, Boundaries. How do I show love from a distance? Let's give you 2 of the questions from that outline of the episode 6 questions. We're going to do number 1. When you think about the boundaries you've built before, were they designed to protect your peace or to punish someone else? How can you tell the difference? We're going to go with question number 5 from this episode. Do you think it's possible to love someone deeply and still need space from them? How do you express that kind of love without guilt? Those are 2 sneak peeks of the episode outline. We thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.